Please subscribe Car News. The Audi Q7 SUV is as discreetly certain as could be. For 2020 it increases some significant underhood updates, new innovation and somewhat upgraded styling, changes that further refine this effectively strong vehicle. Stray pieces. The most noteworthy change is discovered right behind that huge, single outline grille, which has likewise been overhauled with some brilliant vertical supports for a more particular look. The heartfelt supercharged V6 of past model years has been supplanted by a 3.0-liter turbocharged motor. A 2.0-liter turbo i4 is as yet the standard motor, however this discretionary V6 conveys 6 more strength than its antecedent, finishing out at 335, yet gives much more force, 369 pound-feet altogether. That is an expansion of 44 pounds-to-foot contrasted with what the 2019 model could assemble. Expanded by a 48-volt gentle half-and-half framework, this single-turbo V6 is a cunning individual, practically liberated from vibration and about quiet. Despite the fact that it needs to battle against 5,082 pounds of SUV, it can even now whisk the Q7 to 60 miles per hour in an Armada 5.7 seconds, however the vehicle doesn't feel that snappy. Try not to misunderstand me, this SUV is bounded quick and never leaves you needing for more oomph. It's simply so peaceful and refined you don't get any impression of speed, which implies it's anything but difficult to be going much quicker than you ought to be. Regardless of the motor, the Q7 utilizes an 8-speed programmed transmission that is as insightful as a MIT graduate understudy. One of the smoothest moving machine gear piece swappers around, it's likewise more than ready to take care of business, downshifting promptly when a touch of speeding up is required. This degree of responsiveness is unfortunately uncommon nowadays, as automakers appear to tune transmissions to remain in the most elevated apparatus conceivable consistently. In the event that there's one drawback to the Q7's powertrain, it's the choke tip in. Regardless of the drive mode, this SUV is somewhat dormant off the line, which means it takes an overwhelming wound of the quickening agent to get going. That V6 motor and standard quattro all-wheel travel return 17 miles for each gallon city and 21 miles per gallon on expressway drives. In genuine motoring I've been averaging around 19 miles per gallon. Scarcely a heavenly figure regardless of whether it's superior to the vehicle's joined rating of 18. On the off chance that you couldn't care less about proficiency, snare something to the rear of this Audi. At the point when furnished with the $750 trailering bundle, this vehicle can tow as much as 7,700 pounds, a great figure. A cunning individual. My first-rate prestige trim Q7 moves on discretionary 21-inch wheels wrapped by a lot of 285/40 Continental cross-contact all-season tires. With a two-tone finish, these attractive rollers add incomprehensibly to the vehicle's appearance and just cost an extra $1,000. Be that as it may, in spite of the great looks and sensible value, they at first provided me opportunity to stop and think. This haggle combo is completely monstrous, coming about mid-thigh high when I remain close to the vehicle. From the outset, I was startled the Q7 would ride like an unfilled grain hauler, or more regrettable, a Volvo XC90, however this dread was unwarranted. The vehicle's versatile air suspension framework, which is remembered for the Prestige bundle, works like God-forsaken enchantment, conveying a ride that is gentler than a down cushion yet still astonishingly controlled. Both tallness and solidness are flexible through the Audi Drive Select framework, however even in dynamic mode, the ride is inexplicably smooth. The equivalent can't be said of the XC90 I as of late tried, which was far starchier yet no better created while exploring corners. This current Audi is taking care of is unsurprising and very much arranged, in case you think the smooth-running Q7 flops around like a basset dog's ears. By and large, this present SUV's on-street execution is just about completely adjusted, smooth and indulging with no slop. With regards to its secured down ride quality, the Q7's inside is unbelievably quieted, even at parkway speeds. Renowned models accompany double-sheet side glass, which without a doubt adds to this practically shocking quietness. Generally, this vehicle is about as quieted as an underground fortification and almost as strong. Cool and modern. Exactly as expected, this current Audi's inside is perfectly structured and made of top-quality materials. It does not have a touch of the XC90's glow, yet it exchanges that for cool modernity. I could do with somewhat less piano dark trim, which appears to draw in residue and fingerprints like squirrels to a flying creature feeder. However, the cowhide feels incredible, the open-pore debris wood highlights look rich and even the delicate plastics are upscale. Solace is another solid suit of the Q7. Its norm, 8-way power customizable front seats are throughout the day steady, yet the automaker likewise offers 18-way movable seats in the $6,400 luxury package, which gets you Valcona calfskin and an Alcantara main event for some extra something. The triple split second column seat is brilliant, with huge amounts of room in all measurements. The pads are firm and strong, with the lower one fitted seat tallness over the floor, making it more agreeable for taller travelers. It's only a disgrace there's such a huge mound in the floor, which makes sitting in the center position all around off-kilter. Regular of this vehicle section, the third line is best left to kids or maybe strangely agile grown-ups of shorter height. It's excessively near the floor and has constrained headroom to really be obliging, yet in any event it has power collapsing capacity. In a mindful touch, catches mounted in the freight region or simply behind the second column seats permit you to drop those backrests and truly open the Q7 up. This Audi will experience no difficulty when it's an ideal opportunity to pull cargo. With all the back seats collapsed, it has 69.6 cubic feet of room. Behind simply the third line, you get 14.23 squares. These figures are similar to the Volvo XC90 yet are marginally behind what a Lincoln Aviator offers. It might be agreeable and roomy, however there is one thing I wish the Q7's inside had: more focus, reassure, extra room. There's a genuine absence of niches and crevices for reserving stuff. Other than the concealed cubby to one side of the controlling wheel, there's no advantageous spot to put my, as a matter of fact, George Costanza-esque wallet. No deficiency of hardware. With regards to innovation, the Q7 has 3 screens. At 10.1 inches, the primary one on the dashboard handles infotainment and route obligations. The 8.6-inch lower show is utilized to work the atmosphere control framework and access different capacities. At long last, quickly in front of the driver is Audi's virtual cockpit, a simple-to-utilize, reconfigurable advanced instrument bunch that times in at 12.3 inches. From the start, the Q7's infotainment framework looks absolute labyrinthian, however it's strikingly simple to utilize. Menus are legitimately spread out and everything reacts with close quickspeed. This sight and sound arrangement offers all the usefulness and customization you could require without being totally overpowering. Hi, bucks. Other pack that is standard over the Q7 territory incorporates things like keyless section with press button start, programmed windshield wipers and stopping sensors both front and back. At no additional cost, you likewise get a cell phone interface that empowers remote Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is overly convenient. Programmed high shafts are additionally standard admission. They're probably the most responsive I've at any point experienced, and creepily perceptive about approaching traffic. Another element for 2020 is called Emergency Assist. It can identify if the driver is crippled and, after a progression of alerts, in the long run stop the vehicle and enact the danger lights. Normally, my Prestige trim analyzer is fitted with a pile of other valuable highlights including a head-up show, a strangely fresh 360-degree camera framework, versatile Voyage control and path-keeping help. Those last two things function admirably together, consistently changing the Q7's speed to coordinate that of the vehicle ahead. It's likewise smooth and mindful in go back and forth traffic, removing the pressure from driving. The Q7's path-keeping framework functions admirably on the throughway, however on optional streets I notice it will regularly vibrate the controlling wheel when lines end and once in a while it will attempt to direct into right turn paths, so you need to stay cautious. Keep in mind, kids, there are no self-driving vehicles. Regardless of all the modernized treats offered in this vehicle, one of my preferred highlights is so low-tech you could consider it no-tech. Audi's sun visor usage is essentially great. The Q7 has two unique shades, one that turns aside and stretches out to cover the full width of the front entryway glass, in addition to another fixed visor that folds down to square light coming in through the windshield. It's a basic and exceptionally successful answer for square diverting glare. Honorable and controlled. A section-level Q7 premium model with the base, 4-chamber motor goes for around $56,000, incorporating $995 in gold charges. That gets you the majority of the Q7's basic goodness, however very few of its further developed highlights. By examination, my analyzer here rings up for $75,290, which is surely rich, however in no way, shape or form irrational. On the off chance that you have additional money wearing out your financial balance, you ought to experience no difficulty blowing up that figure by in any event another $10,000 by selecting highlights like night vision, $2,500, a 23-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound framework, $4,900, laser headlights, $1,650, and even four-wheel controlling, $1,500. There's bounty to like about the Q7. Not at all like a portion of its opponents including the BMW X5 and Acura MDX, this Audi is neither uproarious nor ostentatious. Rather, it's honorable and controlled, an extremely full-grown extravagance SUV with flawless taste.